Shalom, this is Rob Van Hoff with Ancient Manuscripts. We're looking at a fragment of Exodus here from this week's Torah portion, which is Parashat Terumah. And the segment here that you were seeing is from the Dead Sea Scrolls. This is from the Dead Sea Scrolls digital online library. You can see it's highly fragmentary here. It's up the upper right corner of a page. And we're looking at the beginning here is from Exodus 25:22. And we're going to zero in just on the lines 2 and 3 here. So we're going to zoom way in, but I'm going to shift to the image that I can actually write on, which is this one here. And the reason I chose this section A is that it fits our Torah portion, but it also has some letters that we haven't seen before because they're more rare. So what we're going to look at is this line here, these two words. And this is from Exodus 25:23. And then we're going to look at this line here, which is going to be 25:24. My 5 is kind of funny looking there. So let's zoom in on this first one here. This, I'll do the Paleo Hebrew first, and then we'll transcribe it into our Aramaic block script. So here we have an ayin, and this is one of the rarer letters that we get to see here. That's a tzadi. And then the yod. I like the style of this scribe. I like his style. He's got some extra little pieces on here that we don't always see. And the other feature of this text is that there's dots between every word. See that dot right there? We're going to see that between every word. Now this next letter here is a sheen. I'm going back to red. I used that neon green. I'm just not sure I like it, but it's torn. But we know from the Hebrew text, if you know your Hebrew text, you know that's a sheen there. Then another cool letter. This, for those who grew up playing Pac-Man, you'll like that one. Here's another yod. Yeah, I can do better than that. Maybe not. Something like that. And then finally a beautiful mem. Look at that. Now remember, there's no differentiation between medial mems or mem sophite back here. Every mem, no matter where it is, will look like that. Now, what does this say? Well, let's put it in what we're used to for Hebrew today. That's an ayin. This is a tzadi, and this is a yod. Fix that tzadi there. And this is a shin, and this is a tet, another yod, and then a mem, but we're going to use a mem sophite. And this is talking about the beginning of verse 23 says, Va'asita shulchan, you will make a table. And then it says this, atzei shitim, atzei shitim. So atzei is from the word etz. I'll just write it over here. And etz is a wood, it's the word for wood or tree. Atzei is literally, I guess you could say, boards or woods of shitim. And that's just two hiriks, hirik, and then a dagesh in the tet. And of course, we have our diacritical mark above the sheen, so we know it's not a scene. Atzei shitim, atzei shitim. Now, the letters that we want to point out here that I already mentioned are the tzadi, because it's one we don't see as often. So, and the tet, the one that looks like a Pac-Man going up. Atzei shitim, acacia wood. So that's what that means, acacia wood. And you can see we have to reconstruct the sheen there. Pretty cool. Okay, so that's from Exodus 25:23. Now we're going to look at 25:24. This is just the beginning of the verse well, this is this what we see here with my arrow is the actual second word of the verse. The first word would be at the other end of the scroll, but it's not extant. It's vetsipita, and you will cover or overlay. You will overlay oto, it. So what we're looking at here now is the word it, and that's an aleph. Oops, I have my eraser on. Aleph, like that. Then we have a vav, like that. Then we have a tet, which is behind there. We can't see through the tear. And then we have another vav, oto. Now, in Paleo, or sorry, that's in Paleo. In Aramaic script, it would look like this, oto. Now, the Masoretic text, however, does not have that middle vav there. The Masoretic text has oto like that. It's the same exact word, but it uses a holum to accomplish the o sound. We've seen that before. Oto. So that's the word. That's the word for translated it. You shall overlay it. Oto. Now this is the word pair we're going to look at now, which is really great because it introduces us to a new letter that I don't know that we've encountered in the last several episodes here. This first one is a Zion. So this is this what we're looking at here. It says Vetsipita oto, and you will overlay it Zahav Taho. Zahav Taho, which is pure gold. I love this word, pure gold. Taho is the word pure, but the first word here is gold. Gold, pure. And the Zion is a interesting letter. It looks like this. I can do a better one than that. It's a little lower profile. Like that. That's still not a good one, but that's going to have to do. Zion, hey. It's like he made this hey a little sloppy, I think. Bet. Then a dot. See the little dot there? Separating words. You see one over here too, and there's one here. Zahav, and then tahor. We're going to see another tet. Another hey. Hasty hey, that I'm going to call it. Then another vav. And then a resh. And then another dot. So this is Zahav Tahor. So if we did this in our Aramaic script, it's going to be Zion, Hey, and we can do better than that. Hey, Bet, Tet, Hey, Vav, Resh. And that's basically that's exactly the spelling that we have in the Masoretic text, which I don't have up for today. You just take my word for it. Zahav Taho would be vocalized with a patach, or sorry, a kamatz, zahav, another kamatz, and then a cholim. Zahav Taho, pure gold, or gold, pure. So to highlight now the special letters that we encounter, once more, I'll get a different, let me grab a different color. I'll grab yellow maybe for that. Is this tet here, which we have here as well. Two tets. And we also have a tzadi, which is pretty rare, and a Zion, which is pretty rare. And aside from that, we just have a nice clear image of some of these letters. Like, for example, this mem. It's just a lovely mem. A lovely yod. And he puts this little extra foot on the end there. This Zion, I could use some practice with the Zion here. Yeah, it's like a little curve back. But it's rare to see those. So that's why I wanted to pick this particular text. Oh, I had one more. forgot. There's another good one here. And this is actually at this next line here, which is from verse 25. So here we go. Zoom out a little bit. This is Exodus 25:25. And what we're zooming in here on is where it says a handbreadth around. It's talking about a rim for the table. And the Isgelet, the word for rim, is missing. It's the end of the next, or the end of the prior line at the end of the other end of the scroll. But here we have the word a tofach saviv, tofach saviv. So we have another tet, as you can see. Then we have a pei, and then a chet. Sadly, our chet is a rare letter, but it's hard to find in this manuscript. So, but there we have it, tofach. So that would be in our Aramaic script. That would be tet. Sorry for my scribble here. I'm trying to hold my hand above it so we don't. There we go. And the vocalization in the Masoretic tradition is a cholam followed by a patach, just like that, tofach, and then saviv. Here's our other letter that I'm excited about, the other rare one. It's a samek. Look at this. It's boom, 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 boom. Isn't that a neat letter? Do that one more time. Boom, 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 boom. That is a samek. I'll try it below. And then a bet is the word. Yeah, I could do better than that. It's a little more pointed up top. One of our nice yods, and then another bet. So in our paleo, or that's our paleo. In our Aramaic script, that would be samek, bet, yod, bet. And the vocalization in the Masoretic tradition is going to be patach with a dagesh, saviv. Tofach, saviv. A tofach is a handbreadth. Saviv means around. Tofach, saviv. So there's our third cool letter that we get to see here. Or actually fourth, because we have our tzadi. Here's our good tet right here. Our good Zion and our good samek. Pretty cool, huh? If I were to try to do those in maybe with a little larger pen point in black ink, I would. So my tet would look in the Paleo Hebrew would look like the Pac-Man going up, roughly. That's what you see there. Then I should have done the Zion first because it's alphabetically. We can fit it in here. A Zion is this. And then our next letter in our sequence would be Samek. And that's this one that's a little taller. It's blip, 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 like that. And then last but not least is our Tzadi. So it looks like in the Aramaic, but in the Paleo Hebrew of the Dead Sea Scrolls, looks like that. So these are the rarer letters that are all appearing on this particular fragment here now of what is called 4Q22. So it's from Cave 4, and this is from the 2nd century BC. So this was already probably 150 years old when Yeshua was born, roughly. Already 150 years old. And notice that all the little dots, they're using the scribal convention of the dots between each and every word. So there you have it. I hope this has been informative for you. We've taken a section from Parashat Terumah. zeroing in on Exodus 25, verses 23 through 25. And we zeroed in this week just on 4 rare letters because they're much more rare. And because the fragments are all torn, it's really nice to have real clear samples of each of these so we can see how the scribes made their letters. Feel free to send me an email if you have any questions about any Paleo-Hebrew or the Dead Sea Scrolls or the Torah portions or anything like that. You can reach me at robvanhoff at Gmail, robvanhoff at gmail.com. All right.